You said let's keep our camera off.
I'm sorry, our microphone off, not our camera. Okay. Here we go.
I am super into this website right now. It's Generation Genius. And they cover all of the science standards for every state. But what I love about this website is it provides all the resources you need, like straight up. You can print out the
Sorry.
We just came back from a big book sale at the library, and we have 2 big boxes full of new books for our reading room. And I can't wait to get started on my reading. But first, Squeaks and I have a lot of stuff to carry. The problem is these boxes are too heavy for me or Squeaks to lift because books are heavy. And if we can't lift them, we can't carry them up the steps to get inside. So what can we do? Well, we could ask someone to help, but these boxes are so heavy, we probably won't be able to lift them even if we work together. Or Squeaks and I could carry just a few things at a time. That might work, but it would take many trips up and down the stairs, which would take a lot of time. So I know, we can use some kind of a machine to help make our job easier. And I've got the perfect one in mind. A ramp. A ramp is just something that's long and flat, with one end that's higher than the other end. It looks a lot like a slide on a playground. Some ramps are really steep, and some are pretty flat. When we talk about how steep a ramp is, we call that the slope. So this ramp has a steep slope, and this ramp has a slope that's less steep. You're right, Squeaks. A ramp doesn't look much like other machines we might have, like washing machines or lawnmowers. But scientists say that a machine is really just anything that helps us do work. And since a ramp helps us do work, that makes it a machine. And these kinds of machines that don't have many moving parts or none at all, like a ramp, are often called simple machines. Ramps make it easier to move things from a high place to a low place, or the other way around. All we have to do is push or pull something on the ramp, either up or down, and our work is done. So let's see how a ramp can make the work of moving these books into our house a lot easier. We already said that the boxes of books were too heavy for me to carry up the steps. So Squeaks and I will put a ramp over the steps. The slope of this ramp is a little steep, but it reaches all the way from the bottom of the steps to the top. So if we put a box on the ramp and push... Wow, he did it! Nice job, Squeaks. Squeaks had to push really hard, but he got the box to the top of the steps. All right, 1 box down and 1 box to go. What changes do you think we could make to our ramp to make Squeaks' job a little bit easier? Should we make the slope of the ramp steeper, or should we make it less steep? Let's try using a different ramp, one that's longer. This way, we can put the low end of the ramp farther away from the high end. Can you tell the difference? This ramp has less of a slope than the first one we used. Well, let's see if it helps. Ready, Squeaks? 1, 2, 3, push! Yes, right up the ramp and into the house. Squeaks had to push the box a little farther to get the box up the ramp, but he didn't have to push nearly as hard. When you think about it, using a ramp is kind of like walking up a big steep hill. It's harder to walk up a big hill if you walk straight up, but if you take a longer path that's less steep, you'll have to walk a longer distance, but it won't be nearly as hard. In the same way, it's harder to push something up a ramp with a steep slope than one that's not as steep. Ramps are all around you. They help us to move things into and out of trucks, move cars on and off of highways, and they let shopping carts, wheelchairs, or robotic rats get on and off sidewalks. And ramps are only one kind of simple machine. We'll explore other kinds of machines soon, but right now, I'm ready to get started on one of my new books. Thanks for joining us on SciShow Kids, and I'd like to give a big thank you to Google Making Science for helping us make this episode. If you've got a question...
Okay. So, woo, that was fun. Now, let's do our ramp. So, what did you learn about ramps? What does a ramp help us to do? Landon.
Move things up and down.
Right. It can move an object from one place to another, especially a heavy object. Well, we talk about force and motion. So they used a pushing force to move the heavy box of books up the ramp. Well, what if I want to take my car and I want to move it down? I'm going to need a ramp to help me do that. I want to move it down, but without using my fingers or hands to push it. If you have you can use a flat book, or this is a paper towel roll, and I cut it in half. I'm going to use this as a ramp. Now, if I want my car to go fast, what am I going to do to my ramp? Help me out. Look at how my ramp is now. What do I need to do to it to make my car go fast? Think, think, think. What do I need to do to my ramp? Russell.
Make the ramp like a slide and put the car on the top, then it will be fast.
Oh, and I love the way you described that, Russell. You said to kind of make it like a slide. This isn't a slide. This is too flat. If I put my car on here, it doesn't even work. It doesn't go anywhere. However, if I tilt it like a slide, watch what happens. It went fast. See if you can do it on your table. Set it on your table flat in front of you. Don't hold it up like me because I'm holding it up for you to see. And make your ramp. Now practice your ramp with your car. Share with me the fastest. How did you get your car to move the fastest? Ryan, what makes your car move the fastest on the ramp? Look how high you're tilting it. So Ryan's showing me that the higher I tilt my ramp, the faster my car's gonna go. Let's try it. Tilt it up high, but not too high. Now, did your car go fast? Yeah. Now take your ramp. Bless me. And barely tilt it at all. Make a less steep ramp. Make it almost flat, but it has a little tilt. Did your car go fast or slow? It went slow, didn't it? So if your ramp is not very steep, it'll go slowly. Here's something else that might cause your ramp to go slower. This is a piece of carpet. Remember, I showed it to you yesterday. This carpet, if I put my car on it, will cause it to go slower. Watch. Why does it cause my car to be slower? What does it do? Anya?
It rubs against the carpet that's causing it to have friction.
It's causing it to have friction.